I just watched a real estate developer pay a consultant $5,400 for a feasibility report that took an AI model exactly 90 seconds to draft. This is the most gate-kept, high-ticket side hustle in the real estate industry right now, and almost nobody is talking about it because the people doing it want to keep the margins for themselves. While everyone else is trying to make $20 selling AI-generated coloring books on Amazon, there is a massive vacuum in the B2B space for regulatory data analysis. We are talking about taking 400-page municipal zoning codes, feeding them into a high-context LLM, and outputting a structured report that tells a developer exactly what they can build on a specific piece of dirt. This isn't just a cool tool discovery. This is a legitimate service business where a single client can pay you more than a month's salary at a corporate job for a single week of work. Most people getting into AI right now are doing it completely wrong. They are looking for the easy button, which usually means they end up in crowded markets like content creation or basic image generation. Those markets are a race to the bottom. If a 10-year-old can do it with a one-sentence prompt, you don't have a business, you have a hobby that pays in pennies. The real money in 2026 is in complexity arbitrage. This means taking something that is intentionally difficult, boring, and legally dense, like city zoning laws, and using AI to bridge the gap between that data and a business owner who needs it to make a multi-million-dollar decision. Developers, architects, and commercial brokers are drowning in paperwork. They don't have the time to read through the 2024 revised zoning ordinances for Nashville or Austin to see if a specific lot allows for an 8-unit multifamily build with a reduced parking mandate. They usually hire expensive land use attorneys or specialized consultants. You are going to sit right in the middle of that, using AI to do the heavy lifting at a fraction of the time and a massive profit margin. The actual method is a 3-stage workflow that relies on high-context reasoning, not just chatting. You cannot do this with a standard ChatGPT prompt because the hallucination risk is too high when you're dealing with legal setbacks and floor area ratios. You start with Stage 1, data sourcing. Every municipality in the country has a public-facing GIS portal and a published code of ordinances. Your job is to identify a high-growth area, think cities like Charlotte, Phoenix, or Boise, and download their latest zoning PDFs. These are often massive, disorganized documents. Most people stop here because it looks like work. Stage 2 is the technical setup. You are not going to use a basic LLM interface. You need to use Claude 3.5 Sonnet or a dedicated RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation, system. I personally use Claude projects because it allows you to upload these massive municipal codes as knowledge files. Once the code is uploaded, the AI isn't guessing based on its general training data. It is looking specifically at the law of that specific city. You then build a custom zoning architect persona within the tool. You give it a set of strict rules. It must cite the specific section and page number for every claim it makes. It must flag any ambiguities in the text, and it must output data in a standardized feasibility matrix. Stage 3 is the report generation. When a client gives you an address, you look up the parcel ID on the city's GIS map to find the zoning designation, for example, R3 or CS. You input that designation into your AI zoning brain and ask it to calculate the highest and best use. The AI will then scan the 400-page document to find the maximum building height, the required setbacks from the property line, the parking space requirements per square foot, and any density bonuses for affordable housing. What used to take a human consultant 12 hours of flipping through binders now takes the AI about 2 minutes of processing. You take that raw data and plug it into a professional branded PDF template. This is the product. A developer sees a 20-page report that tells them exactly what they can build, how much it will cost in regulatory fees, and what the risks are. To them, that report is worth thousands because it saves them from making a $1 million mistake. I tested this workflow on a small parcel in a developing neighborhood. A local investor was looking at a corner lot and wasn't sure if he could put a coffee shop with a drive-through there. The zoning was mixed-use neighborhood, which is notoriously vague. I ran the municipal code through my AI setup, and within 5 minutes it identified a specific overlay district rule that prohibited drive-throughs within 200 feet of a residential zone. The investor was about to drop $400,000 on that lot. That 5-minute AI check saved him from a catastrophic investment. I charged him $1,200 for that express audit. He paid it happily because he was cheaper than his lawyer and faster than his architect. If you want to start this today, don't go looking for clients in the general sense. You need to go where the money is moving. Go to LinkedIn and search for Acquisitions Manager or Real Estate Development Associate. These are the people whose entire job is to find and vet land. They are overworked and under-resourced. Send them a specific, no-fluff message. I provide AI-powered zoning feasibility reports with a 24-hour turnaround. I've mapped the current 2025 code for city name. Want to see a sample report for a current project you're looking at? Most of them will say yes just because the speed is unheard of in their industry. The biggest lie in the AI space is that these tools will replace people. They won't. They will replace the people who refuse to use them and reward the people who use them to solve high-value problems. You don't need to be a software engineer or a lawyer to do this. You just need to be the person who knows how to ground an AI model in real-world data and package the output so it's useful for a professional. Stop playing around with passive income dreams that involve zero effort. This takes effort to set up the knowledge base, but once it's built, the scalability is insane. You can run reports for 10 different cities simultaneously. The tools are ready. Claude 3.5 is more than capable of this level of reasoning. The data is public and free. The only thing missing is you actually setting up the workflow and reaching out to the people who have the budgets to pay for it. Don't wait for a course to come out on this. By the time there's a course, the window for these high margins will be closing. The move is to build your zoning brain tonight. Find one municipal code for a city you know is growing and run a test report on a random lot. When you see how accurate and fast it is, you'll realize you've been sitting on a gold mine while everyone else is fighting over scraps. This isn't about being an AI artist or a prompt engineer. It's about being a solutions provider. Real estate is just one niche. You could do this with environmental regulations, shipping compliance, or government grant eligibility. The pattern is always the same. Find a massive, boring pile of regulations, use AI to parse it, and sell the simplified answer to the person who is currently paying a human $500 an hour to do it slowly. That is how you actually build a high-income AI business in the real world. Now quit scrolling through top 10 tools lists and go build the system. The documentation is waiting for you on every city's government website. Go get it.